Welcome back, gentlemen, to your favorite big man, Leo Marino. Back out here again. Beautiful South Florida March day. February. It's not even March. What am I talking about? And I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, layoffs in companies and work. I just saw a man who worked for a company for 11 years get let go, get laid off, whatever they want to call it, whatever fucking euphemism they want to say. 11 years, and that makes me think these companies in the corporate world, you don't even get the choice anymore if you want to work for a company to the day you retire. They don't care about you like that. They don't care at all. And so the story goes, take this with a grain of salt. So the story goes, they let him go. So the story goes, they let him go because they wanted to hire another more elevated role. They didn't think he can do it. They got rid of him so they can open up the role. I don't know if that's true. Allegedly. But something's going to have to give. If you put this to scale, I don't see how the economy can survive this type of stuff. You know, think about it. We live in the era now of not only offshoring, jobs that should be here, that companies choose not to pay for, right? And what's interesting is you want lower cost. I get it. You can't open up a location in Oklahoma, in Wyoming, in middle of nowhere Texas, middle of nowhere Florida, right? It has to go to Mexico. It has to go to Brazil. It has to go to Costa Rica. Really? It has to go to India. I mean, and that's an open question. Okay, I'm ignorant. I'll admit that. I'm not going to act like I know everything. I'm just talking. I'm just a fat dude with a Mickey Mouse shirt, chilling, just practicing, making random videos, getting my reps in, you know. But I'm curious as to why there just can't be a low-cost location in the United States. Why does it have to go overseas in that sense? Now, if it's pure dollars, I get it. But is saving $20,000 a head really, is that really going to move the needle? Again, honest question. But either way, I can't, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. And to be honest with you, in this pre-World War III world, I'm kind of worried about it. You know, like, I don't know what's going to come first. A great economic collapse, or World War III, or the aliens, you know what I mean, or the aliens coming down, taking me to the mothership, you know, doing unnatural things, you know. But it's something, you know, to the young fellas out there, that's something you got to think about. And listen, I mean, I'll say this like every other third, fourth video. If you're working a McDonald's level, if you're working a unskilled labor job, you are fucked, my friend. Unless you somehow beat the odds better than going to the league or the NBA and you become a hit streamer, a hit rapper, all that kind of stuff, which, by the way, those are like careers like a porn star. You're eventually going to wash out, and what are you going to do then? Because you have no real life skills, okay? And you're just trying to, you know, live life like it's still the 80s, where you can work at Kroger's and own a home, and the wife can stay home, and you got 2 kids and 2 cars, your car and the family car. So it's not just one car. You can have your own car to go see your girlfriend. All right. Spend Valentine's Day with your wife, but on the 15th or the 13th, you're with your girlfriend, okay? You know what I mean? And you think you're going to work at Publix, at Kroger's, you know, the local bookstore. You think you're going to live like that? You're fucked. That might work in Norman, Oklahoma. No offense to Oklahoma. You know, it may work in places where the economy is so depressed and the wages are so depressed that it kind of evens out, perhaps. But if you're anywhere with a modicum of population and a modicum of industry, that's not happening. Those are literally for kids. For kids. That's for a 16-year-old trying to make enough money to take his girl out. Like an idiot, waste all his money on a girl. That's for kids. You know what I mean? Fellas, you gotta try to get educated in something the market's gonna reward. Period. That whether you're gonna be a plumber or an electrician, or you're gonna study to be the next great businessman, or you want to get into computers and tech, it's not just coding, you know. You want to get into project management, right? Especially something that AI can't do, that requires the human element, that requires human critical thinking skills, not repetitive tasks over and over and over, like a machine, like that an AI can do, right? But listen, I'm shocked. A man of 11 years, an executive, didn't care. They didn't care if he wanted to retire at the place. What if he did? What if he wanted to ride out the next 20 years? He was happy as a clam, exactly where he's at. He achieved his goals. He wants to put it in the bank, save up money in the 401k, in his investments, leave a little something for his kids. He didn't get a choice. This is not some frontline, run-of-the-mill, we overhired somehow and we're going to lay off a bunch of people. No. That kind of shakes me, man. Because if they're doing it to him, what about us? Anyway, take this as a warning story with morale, guys. That it can even happen to you. You do everything right, it can even happen to you. And you gotta be prepared to roll with the punches. Always keep updating your resume. Always. Never just rest on your laurels. Every half year, you update your resume. At the end of every year, you update your resume, right? With your latest accomplishments. You put numbers on the resume. Impact. I did XYZ, and here was the impact to the job, to the process, to what I was doing. For the professionals out there, I don't know what to tell you if you work at McDonald's. I don't know what to tell you. Except, go get educated somehow, some way. All right, fellas, let me reach over here and shut this down. I'll see you next time.